Alright, so this video is for those individuals that were having a hard time with their assemblies and with their drawing files. So, once you have completed all of your components, the guard, the blade, the rivet, the cap, the handle, and the arm, you are going to go into OnShape, into the folder, and create a new document. I just created this one and called it Pizza Assemble 10. And inside of it, I'm going to go to the Assemble button down here at the bottom, and I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm basically going to import all of those components. So I'm going to go to Other Documents, My OnShape, the Pizza Cutter, and I'm going to start bringing these all in, and all of them are down here. But I'm going to start with the handle. When I click on the handle down here, it is going to automatically clip onto the origin point there. If I bring it out here, it unlocks. Remember, we want that first part to be there. I'm also going to right click on that component over here in the left hand side, and I'm going to set it to fix. I don't want this piece to move at all. And then I'm going to bring in the rest of the pieces and connect them all in there. So other document, my OnShape pizza cutter, and then I'll bring in, the rivet, the cap, the blade, the arms. So I'm going to do the arms. There's one. There's the second one. Then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to grab the guard. Remember, your guard's going to look different than mine. You have the rectangle in yours. I have a circle. If you have a circle, that means you missed a step, so please make sure you take care of that. Go ahead and put the cap. I'll put the cap right here. And then we will place, I'll place the rivet last. It doesn't matter what order you guys place these in, alright? Or really where you place them. As long as you kind of keep them close. Now, for those of you assembling in OnShape, it's a little bit different than how we do it in Inventor. You guys are assembling the points to points instead of like flat surfaces to flat surfaces and then making them flush, kind of like we do. So first thing, I know that based on the pictures in the last video, that this has to be facing outward, so in this upward direction that it's already facing, and that this piece down here goes inside of this slot right here. So I'm going to do a couple of things first. For visual representation, so it's easier on you guys, I'm going to rotate this to 90 degrees and then hit enter. That way it's a little easier for me to have it in the appropriate direction already. And I'll do the same thing for this one. It is not necessary. Normally I wouldn't do this because I can just kind of visualize it. But I'm going to go here to Fasten to Mate, and I'm going to rotate. And I'm going to find the flat surface right here and the central point on that flat surface here. If I choose the other one, it will flip it to the other direction, but we're going to choose that one. And then I'm going to choose the flat surface, not on the top here, but down here inside and this corner right here. Not corner, but side. And I'll notice that it put it in there correctly. If it doesn't, you may have to hit the flip arrow to get it facing the right direction, or you may have to rotate it around to get it into the right spot if it isn't. Then I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, except for when I do this one. Again, flat surface, and the outside one. And make sure it's the right outside one, the one that's going towards the side that's going up like this. And then I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I want the flat surface inside, and then this other side. And it will put it in there. Now the thing with this one is it didn't flip it around for me, so I have to rotate this until it's the right direction. Then I'm going to hit OK. So far, everything's going together. Now I'm going to place the blade inside of the arms. I'm going to get the flat surface here, then I'm going to rotate so I can see inside, and then I'm going to do the flat surface here, just like this. And it should fasten together. Let's try this again. Fasten, flat surface here to the flat surface there. And when it goes in, if it does not flip in the right direction, you'll see a gap. You just flip the way it's facing and hit OK. So that piece is in there now. And then I'll go ahead and do the rivet too. So we want to get the flat surface. With Inventor, we would do the axis. With you guys on OnShape, we just want that surface in the central point like it's got. And we'll do the same thing here. We want the flat surface here in that central point. And then we'll hit OK. We'll do the same thing with this piece right here. We want the flat surface and the central point, flat surface on that central point. We'll hit OK. And you'll see how it's already flush and everything, so you don't have to really deal with that. I'm going to do the same thing here, except for me, I'm going to do the flat surface central point, whereas you guys will do the edges of the rectangle. So mine's going to be slightly different than yours. And then I'm going to flip the direction. So that's where yours will have a little bit of a difference than mine. Now, since I have already assembled here, I'm going to go to the plus icon over here for insert new element. And I'm going to go ahead and do my drawing file. And for you guys, you're going to go to ANSI tab up here. You're going to go to show OnShape drawing templates. And you're going to scroll down until you find the one that says ANSI D inch template. You're going to click on that one and hit OK. The reason we're using this one, it gives us a lot more space to work with, and it's similar to the one that they're using in Inventor. When this opens, it's asking you to insert the drawings. Well, we're going to do the assembly first. And the first thing we're going to do, actually, I'm going to go back to the assembly. So I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to go back here. I forgot to do my exploded view. So exploded view is over here. Click add explode view. And I'm going to click and I'm going to tweak these components. Oof, I do not want to do that. We're going to cancel that. I want to move this one in this direction like this. And hit OK. Do the same thing for each of the components and kind of get them away from each other. Bring this one up. Bring this one through here. I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to hit done. So I have my exploded component. Then I can close this and I can go back to that drawing file. When I'm here in the drawing file, I'm going to click on Insert View again and click Insert, and I'm going to go to my assemblies. And I want my assembly, and I'm going to change my view to Explode 1, and I'm also going to set this to isometric, and I'm going to set it to 1 to 1. So I can scroll up for 1 to 1. And I'm just going to place it right here. And then when it's done placing, I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to turn on the shaded view, so show shaded view. And it'll take a minute to process the shaded view. It's taking a little longer on mine because mine's kind of lagging right now. But then we're going to go to BOM Table up here, and this allows us to insert a parts list, and we're going to click right here and we're going to place a parts list. It has the quantities and the item numbers associated with the parts. Then we're going to go to the call out button, and we're going to click on each component and bring it out here with a left click. We're going to do this with each one. So I have all the bubbles on there. You can change them around if you want them to look a different way, but you just hit OK, and those pieces are done. I'm going to go back over here to Insert, and I'm going to, again, use the assembly this time, and I'm going to change it to the top view, and I'm going to leave it 1 to 1, and I'm going to place one here for the front view. I'm going to go here for the right view, and I'm going to click on this again so that I can do the top view. And once I have those done, I'm going to hit Escape, and I'm going to set the shading for all of these to on. So show shaded view. Right click on this one, show shaded view. Same thing with this one, show shaded view. When I'm done with that, I'm going to do a section view of this. Basically, it shows what it looks like cut down the middle. So from here, I don't want to keep it lined up right in the middle where it was. And I'll bring it over here. And it will show this slice down the middle. So we'll hit OK. And that's our section AA view of it cut in the middle. And you can right click on this one and turn the shaded view off. And then we're going to go to Insert again. Now we're going to do each individual component, the handle, the blade cap, all that stuff. Just remember with these ones, all I'm wanting really is a front and a top down view. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Insert, and I'm going to go to other documents, and I'm going to go to my OnShape, my pizza cutter, and then I'm going to go to each individual piece. So handle, I'm going to place the handle, and I'm going to flip to the top-down view, and I'm going to try to line it up with this one as best as possible, and then I'm going to do this view right here. And I'm actually going to hit escape and move this view up a little bit. There we go. I'm also going to turn the shaded view on. You want the shaded view on for the remainder of the parts. And then I'm also going to do a section view of this one. And I'm going to hit OK, and it will section in. It should shade it for us. And then that one's done. Text box are next. So we're going to hit Note. This is done in 1:1 scale. So every scale that you make an object, you want to know it. So this one is 1:1. So I'm just going to click here, and I'm going to make the I'm going to change the size right here to 0.240. Okay. I'm also going to type that this is item number 1. Whoops. I'm not going to type it there, obviously. I'm going to type it down here. Item 1 dash handle, and then I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to put the scale, which is 1:1. And it did not change the size, so we're going to try this again. 0.240. I accidentally put an extra point, 240. Hit enter. It will increase the size. I'm also going to make sure that I align it to the center. It looks nicer that way. And then I'm going to hit OK. Once that's done, I'm going to hit escape, and I'm going to change the size of this so it looks closer to this. And I can either put this here or I can put it down here. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to put it right here so I have more space to work with. And then I'm going to do that for the remainder of the components. So if you need to see a picture of what the rest of the components look like and how they're laid out on here, just load up the other assembly video, drawing file video that I did for Inventor, and in the first 7 seconds you'll see a screenshot basically of the layout and format of this. So use that for creating your drawing files. It's the same process: insert, find the file, place it, put the text box with whatever scale it's in.